Hey guys, hope you are well. Are you feeling uninspired to go out and take photographs? Have you lost the joy of pressing the shutter button and freezing out reality, making it eternal? Maybe, just maybe, you are not using the right gear. I may have found the right camera for myself. It's the Fuji X-PRO 3. And in this video I want to talk about why I think this is the right camera for me and why maybe, just maybe, it can be for you as well. First of all, hands down to Fujifilm as a company. They are doing so many promotions almost all the time, and I used the latest one to rent the X-PRO 3 with a lens for free, including delivery. I will make a separate video about the experience and with step-by-step guide on how can you do it yourself. But for now, let's get back to the magic camera. This is not a detailed review. I will not be talking about megapixels, noise and high ISO. You can find all of that easily online, and all of it is pretty good with the X-PRO 3. What I want to talk about is what you will not find in the specification. The shooting experience. It starts with handling. The first moment I took the camera in my hands, I had to admire how nice it is to hold. The seemingly small grips at the front and back are just right for holding the camera in one hand and not be afraid of dropping it. The buttons, all of them, are a little bit stiffer, but that is a good thing because the camera is brand new and the buttons will ease over time. Also, stiffer buttons are less prone to accidental change of the camera settings, so it's not a bad thing. So I mounted a lens and looked through the viewfinder. You probably know this, but this camera actually has 3 viewfinders in one. The optical viewfinder with a little EVF screen that shows magnified center of the scene, and full electronic viewfinder. This is the main selling point of the X-PRO line. I must say I don't really understand the optical viewfinder and what it is for. Yes, it's bright, big, clean, there's all information I need like ISO, shutter speed, what aperture have I chosen, but I can see part of the lens in there. And even if I mount the smaller 23mm f2, I can still see a bit of it in my view, and that bit of a lens, maybe only in the corner, is still covering part of the scene I want to shoot. But I haven't used the camera for long enough to make my judgment, so I will not say anything about it and tell you just that I really love the EVF, the electronic viewfinder, and used it all the time. It's big, bright, very clean. I can use all of it in the viewfinder, even with my prescription glasses, and I didn't feel the need to go with the full optical viewfinder experience. I understand that in Leica cameras. There you are using manual lenses and it makes sense. Also, this is not a true rangefinder, so I don't understand why it's here. It's something that they developed, they are very proud of it, and they just want to have it in, so I respect that. But for me, I will be fine just with the nice and bright EVF. The flippy back screen looks like another gimmick, but it actually works. I really like it for those shots from waist and at the ground level, and I like that it's hidden most of the time. It still doesn't prevent me to check the photos I just took, but I have to flip it open and press play button, which takes longer. Imagine Fujifilm would make a X-PRO D camera that would look the same, would have only the electronic viewfinder and no back screen. Only this small one that would show battery level, remaining space on SD card and ISO, maybe shutter speed. It would cost less to make and I would buy it. Poor man's Leica M10D. But this is what we have, and there is a lot of good stuff here. It gets even better when you start taking photographs. The shutter sound is just gorgeous. It just feels right when you press it down. And I must admit, after putting the lens on, I just started taking pictures of everything and haven't even looked into the menu once. Only before recording this video I realized I was shooting everything in JPEG. So all the pictures you see in this video are JPEGs straight out of the camera within the Fujifilm simulation. But back to the camera. It's just been a joy to use. Being on lockdown and having no option of traveling far or going to city center where the camera would feel like at home, I just went out for some short walks in the neighborhood. And it was enough. I love the camera. I love that it allows me to just shoot, that I can set up everything on the outside and then focus on the subject and composition. And I love the images it produces. Yes, it's got some quirks and gimmicks and I'm sure I haven't covered everything. For example, I didn't tell you anything about X-PRO 3's video capabilities. And I don't feel like I really want to or have anything to say about it. I don't feel like shooting video with this camera. And I don't think anyone who is serious about video would consider this as their primary tool. But I'm sure that with a little bit of effort, using the microphone jack and 2 SD card slots and the great sensor that's inside get of 4K, the results would be great. So to close this out, I think that despite its flaws, and there are not many, the third generation of Fujifilm X-PRO cameras can be photographer's best friend. It certainly feels like that for me. And I haven't felt that way since my last film camera, the Konica Hexar AF. And I wish you all to find a camera that will make you feel this way, that will bring joy into your photography process. And maybe, just maybe, it will be the X-PRO 3. Have a nice day, and I will see you with the next one.